Hi, this is Justin with Justin's Web Design and More Business Today. In this video, we're going to cover how to add, edit, and delete text. And this is the most common thing that you're going to do on your site, probably, depending on your business. It's also one of the easiest things to do. I should mention real quick that this video assumes that you watched the previous video, and so you know how to log in, and that's where we're logged in. If you haven't watched that video, I would recommend watching that first, although if you can log in and get to this point where you're in the editor, you're fine. If you want to edit text, which again is probably the most common, you can click on a text block. When you see how when you highlight text, it has a blue border around it. You can click on it, and then you can get in here and start typing. You have a little mini editor. It has features like bold, underline, italicize. You can change the color, change the font face. That's the font weight again. That allows you to change it more distinctly, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. Alignment, so you can center it or whatever. Line height, and you can add a link, which I'll explain how to do links later in a future video. Bullets and numbers for lists, and also it allows you to strip out the formatting. So if you've made a bunch of formats, or it's brought in formats from somewhere else, and you want to strip out the formats, you can highlight the text and click on this clear format button. Editing is simple. You just type in here, and you can edit it. You can hit return and make more spaces and all of that stuff. So it's pretty straightforward. I will mention real quick on underline, I'm not sure why this is still something that's so common in editors, but I don't recommend underlining text in a website, because underlined text generally means that it's a link, and so if you underline text, then people are going to think it's a link, and then when they click on it doesn't work, they're going to think it's a broken link. So I don't recommend underlining. That's up to you. Instead, if you want to highlight a word that you wanted to highlight, you could bold it for sure. You could also additionally, or instead, you could change the color of it to make it stand out. You have to highlight it first. And as always, you have an undo function. You can do Control Z, or you can hit this undo button here. So if I change my mind about making that blue, I hit the undo button and it's there. It's no longer blue. If you want to add text, you go to widgets. Text is the frequently used, although if you have any trouble finding it, it's also under popular, and you can also type in what you want to see. It's a drag and drop editor, and you see when you put your mouse over it, you see you get those 4 arrows. That indicates to you that you can drag it. So you actually just drag this over to where you want to put it. Now pay attention to what pops up here and what it's telling you. So in this case, it says insert a new column. So if I wanted to insert a third column, I could just do that. I could also drag it underneath the elements I already have within the columns I already have. It just says insert here. And then it also has the option of dragging it into a new row altogether. When you add the text, it comes up, it says new paragraph. You actually have to delete the words new paragraph and start typing. And then if you want to delete text, deleting text within the site, within the page is easy. You just highlight it and hit delete or backspace, just like that when you're editing it. If you want to delete a whole block of text, when you highlight over it, you'll see the blue box, and this is true of all elements. They have blue boxes like this, and in the upper right hand corner is an X, And sure enough, if you click on that, it deletes it. Now, if you do that accidentally, you can undo, and it puts it back. And if you want to delete the whole row, you can click on the row and hit delete, which is what I'm going to do. And when you do that, it deletes everything in the row. So that's how to add, edit, and delete text. In the next video, I'll talk about headings or titles specifically. Thanks.